Victor Hugo's Gothic French romantic novel, originally titled Notre-Dame de Paris and later known as The Hunchback of Notre-Dame, was published in 1831. The story revolves around the Notre-Dame Cathedral, a central setting of the narrative. When the novel was translated into English in 1833, the title was changed to its more recognizable form, reflecting the popularity of Gothic literature over romance in England during that time. Set in Paris, France, during the Middle Ages under the reign of Louis XI, the novel utilizes the Grand Cathedral as a symbolic witness to the people's history. It notably focuses on the marginalized class of beggars who serve as its protagonists. Hugo's expansive vision of life, encompassing individuals from kings to beggars, defines the narrative and influences other renowned authors like Balzac and Dickens. The Hunchback of Notre-Dame extends its impact beyond the realm of literature, inspiring a revival of Gothic architecture and even contributing to the restoration of Notre Dame in the 19th century. The story opens during the Festival of Fools in Paris in 1482, where Quasimodo, the Hunchback of Notre-Dame, is crowned the Pope of Fools, symbolizing the city's ugliest individual. As Quasimodo is mocked and paraded through the crowd, the poet Pierre Gringoire tries to attract people's attention to his play, but fails. Archdeacon Frollo intervenes, ending the parade and returning Quasimodo to Notre Dame. Meanwhile, Gringoire becomes captivated by a beautiful gypsy girl named La Esmeralda, who dances in the street. He follows her home but witnesses her being attacked by Frollo and Quasimodo. In his attempt to rescue her, Gringoire is knocked unconscious by Quasimodo, while Frollo escapes. Quasimodo is later apprehended, and Gringoire faces an attempted hanging by beggars and unsavory characters. However, La Esmeralda saves him by offering to marry him for a period of 4 years. The next day, Quasimodo undergoes a brief trial and is sentenced to endure 2 hours of torture. Besides the physical agony, he is subjected to public mockery due to his appearance. No one offers him water until La Esmeralda steps forward to do so. Meanwhile, a woman named Sister Gudule accuses Esmeralda of having kidnapped her daughter 15 years ago. Months later, while dancing near Notre Dame, Esmeralda is approached by Phoebus, the man she has fallen in love with. He asks her to meet him that night. Unbeknownst to them, Frollo observes their interaction from atop the cathedral, consumed by jealousy over Esmeralda. In a fit of rage, he renounces God, vowing to delve into black magic and alchemy. Frollo follows Phoebus to their rendezvous, stabs him, and manages to escape. Esmeralda is then captured by one of the king's guards. During her trial, she endures torture and falsely confesses to being a witch and murdering Phoebus. As a result, she is condemned to be hanged. Frollo visits her in jail, professing his love and imploring her to reciprocate and show mercy. However, Esmeralda resolutely rejects his advances. In the public square, as she awaits execution, Esmeralda spots Phoebus and realizes he survived the attack, concealing his injury. She calls out to him, but he ignores her and enters the home of his fiancée. At that moment, Quasimodo appears atop the cathedral and swings down on a rope. He rescues Esmeralda, exclaiming "Sanctuary!" and carries her inside the cathedral. The sanctuary of Notre Dame shields her from execution, as she is protected within its walls. Although Esmeralda tries not to look at Quasimodo, they begin to form a peculiar bond, and a friendship of sorts develops between them. Quasimodo finds inspiration in her singing whenever they are together, even though he cannot hear the melodies himself. Outside the cathedral, a group of beggars conspire to rescue Esmeralda upon hearing that the authorities plan to remove her from Notre Dame. However, misunderstanding their intentions, Quasimodo believes they have come to harm her and fiercely fights them, resulting in the death of several beggars. Meanwhile, Frollo takes advantage of the chaos, knowing that the attention is diverted, and seizes the opportunity to take Esmeralda out of the cathedral. Frollo presents Esmeralda with a grim ultimatum: marry him or face execution. Resolute in her decision, Esmeralda chooses death and is left under the care of Sister Gudule, who, to her surprise, turns out to be her long-lost mother. Sister Gudule desperately tries to assist her daughter, to no avail. From a distance, Quasimodo witnesses Esmeralda being hanged from the scaffold and cries out in anguish. Overwhelmed by grief, he seizes Frollo and hurls him to his demise. As he looks down at Frollo's lifeless body and gazes upon Esmeralda's distant form, he realizes that they were the only ones he ever loved. In the future, when Esmeralda's remains are discovered, they are found embraced by the skeleton of a hunchback, symbolizing Quasimodo's eternal devotion and the profound impact she had on his life. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.